Hi everyone, and welcome to the first episode of Chatham with Pawan. I am super excited to be sharing with you this new capability coming to you very soon. Now, you've hopefully all been using Microsoft Teams as a meeting platform to make your meetings more productive. Now, we've had a lot of innovations with meetings lately, whether it was the Together mode that NBA used to create a unique fan experience, or the just announced or just released, I should say, meeting recap, which brings together your transcripts, meeting recordings, all in a single place after your meeting is over. And hopefully, you've all caught on the news of Dataverse for Teams, which is a subset of Dataverse platform, our scalable data platform available to you now within Teams with the entire Power Apps Maker environment, which allows you to create Power Apps within Teams and use them within Teams as well. Now, what I want to share with you today is how you can build Power Apps with meetings extensibility. But before we do that, let's roll the intros. Welcome back. Before we look at an app experience within a meetings context, let's see what made that possible. Last year at Ignite, we announced the ability for apps to have new meetings extensibilities that would allow apps to be embedded within the meetings canvas. Apps can now be aware of the meeting's lifecycle, the before, during, and after state, and actually have customized meeting experiences. So, in a pre or a post meeting state, the app would run in a tab, but during the meeting, the app would run in the side panel. And all content notifications could be sent to the attendees within the meetings canvas. We also have additional details available on docs.microsoft.com on how to create these apps, how apps can leverage the meeting lifecycle, the participant role, organizer, presenter, or attendee, so you can create a different experience for the three different roles. For this demo, I've actually picked a Power App to be embedded within the meetings canvas. Let's take a look at how that would work. I have a meeting coming up in a few minutes. Let's go ahead and edit this meeting and add an app to this meeting. The process for adding an app to a meeting is similar to adding it to a channel or to a chat. I'm going to go ahead and pick AIM, the Action Items for Meetings app, to this meeting. This app allows me to capture my follow-up action items to a planner of my choice. Once the app is added to a meeting, it will launch in a tab. This is the pre-meeting experience. For this app, I'm using the pre-meeting experience to provide instructions to the users. As you can see, I could have actually captured the planner settings as well at this stage. Let's go ahead and join this meeting now. Now that we've joined the meeting, let's see how to launch that app within this meeting. The first thing you'll notice is an icon on the top for the app you've added. In my case, this is the AIM app icon. Let's go ahead and launch that. As you can see, the app is actually launching in the side panel in this case. The other thing that might be evident to you is the app experience is a little different. Instead of showing me the instructions, now it is showing me the options for picking my planner and a bucket where I want to save those tasks. Let's go ahead and create a task for myself. I'm going to go ahead and pick a date and let me search for the user I want to assign this task to, in this case myself, and create that action item or that follow-up task. Here is what we've done so far. We've launched an app in the meeting side panel while the meeting was running and captured follow-up action items for the attendees on the call. We did not have to leave the meeting context, open up a planner or another app for us to do this. It's all done within the context of the meeting itself. Let's go ahead and switch to the planner now and see how the tasks are stored. If I go back to the GTM planner, let's go ahead and refresh. I'll see that my task will show up in the GTM task bucket, which is what I picked during the meeting itself. There are a couple of things we need to do for the app to function the way it did. Let's take a peek under the covers. As you can see, we have two screens in this app. The home screen is what shows up during the pre-meeting experience, and the managed action item screen is what showed up during the meeting. The code to make that happen is actually on the app on start. In the app on start, I'm looking for a param name subentity ID. If the subentity ID is returning as blank, that means the app is running in a pre-meeting state. But when the subentity ID comes back with the string, that means the app is running inside a meeting. That is what we need to understand which screen to go to when the app is run. That is the only change you need to make to your apps today to make them meeting state aware. There are additional extensibility options coming soon, and I'll cover them in the future videos. The next change we need to make is when we publish the app and deploy it in Teams. The process for adding the app to team is pretty straightforward. You select the app and select the Add to Teams option from your Maker environment. This gives you a zip file, a compressed file that contains 3 files. The key file among them is the manifest.json file. We have to make one change to that manifest.json file. Now this is the manifest.json file for the AIM app I've downloaded. And if I scroll down, I'll find this context section. What we need to do is add a setting here so our app can be run in the meeting side panel. That's all. Once you make this change, save the manifest.json file and create that compressed zip file again. That zip file is something you can use to upload the app in Teams or upload it to the whole tenant so rest of the users in your environment can use it as well. If you want to check out the app for yourself, I'll include a link to my blog in the video description. This covers the app details that we've seen today, as well as instructions on how to deploy this app in your environment with the changes that we just saw to the manifest.json file. I hope you found this video useful. We'll see you in the next episode of Chai Time with Pawan.